Been open session. Moving on to 5B3, announcements or actions from the committee regarding closed session discussion. There was no action taken at this time, so we will move on. We covered 6 operations. Move to 7A, Transportation Development Association, Thursday, October 27th, 2022. Mr. Griesbach.
Yeah, I just included in your packet, TDA, Transportation Development Association, is holding a series of roundtables throughout Wisconsin, kind of discuss on opportunities and needs and accomplishment we did with the bipartisan bill that was enacted last year. We're also going to have a conversation on what are some future needs. There's still a lot of needs on the system, where we can go, different ideas we have. One idea out there right now is, what do we do with these structures that are under 20 feet that don't fall in the federal bridge program, or large culverts that actually fall in the federal bridge program but never get its efficiency low enough to actually get replaced? What can we do to improve those? And we're finding out the hard way. There's a lot of large culverts within the county. In our recent bridge inspections, we found 2 of them this past weekend, one in the town of Knowlton and one in the village of Croninwetter. These large pipes are, 3 arch pipes, and each arch pipe being approximately 10 foot wide by 8 foot high, one 6.5 foot high, and they're starting to buckle. We found one of them on our own county system about 2 or 3 weeks ago that we're going to need to do something with on Highway KK. These are very expensive endeavors, and there's no funding mechanism out there for us to get those ones under 20 feet funded. So that's going to be part of this conversation to where we're going in the future. So again, just for your information, you're invited to come to the round table. I will be taking part of that, and I know John's already responded that he'll be coming though. So if you want to come on the 27th at the Jefferson Inn, we'll be meeting 7:30 to 9 o'clock. And in your packet, you just need to RSVP Luke Peterson at the TDA.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for Jim on that? Okay. Then we'll move on to 7B, North Central Regional Commissioners Committee Fall Meeting, Friday, October 28th, 2022.
And if you haven't had enough conversation on transportation after the 27th, on the 28th, the next day we'll be meeting out at the Country Air out by Stratford. Our own Molly Aztek is going to be presenting there about retention, employee engagement and retention. We also are going to be talking, we have an issue, just not here in Marathon County, but a growing problem with invasive species along roadways, which at some point I'm going to be talking to this committee about possibly forming a weed commissioner. Under state statutes, we're allowed to have a weed commissioner that has the rights to go on anybody's property and eradicate some of these wild parsnips. Wild parsnip is, especially on the east side of the county, is spreading rapidly. I have somebody that's actually interested in that position already. So there'll be something, we'll probably have some conversations with this winter during the meetings. We also have Senator Jerry Petrusky, who chairs transportation, coming to the meeting. We have Secretary of Transportation Craig Thompson coming to the meeting. And then we're wrapping up with Dan Federley from our Wisconsin County Highway Association, talking about our white papers that we have as an association. And then we also have a delicious meal sponsored with at the Country Air following the meal. So if you want to come, let me know. I already have Mr. Dickinson, Mr. Robinson, and Craig, I believe. I think there's 4 of us registered at this time. So if you'd like to come, let me know so I can get you registered and paid for that. Registration, I believe, is 8:30 to 9, and the meeting starts at 9. It'll probably run to, with the meal, probably run to approximately 12:30 or 2 o'clock.
Thank you. Any questions? All right. Thank you, Jim. Moving on again to 7C, update on the 2023-2026 local approval approved project bipartisan infrastructure law projects in Griesbach. And they did talk about this a little bit at the WCA conference. I did attend that. They touched on it briefly.
Yeah, quick handout I forgot to give you earlier. This was in your packet, but I just printed it out because you got put in your packet a little late. So the first smaller handout was the program, the last STP bridge program that was just approved. That was a smaller one. The one that I did is not handout now, but it was in your packet earlier. That shows different road and bridge projects that we have. It also includes the town projects. As you see, Marathon County fared very well on these. We submitted, all my bridge projects that I submitted were accepted, and 3 of the 4 road projects that we also submitted were accepted into the program. So again, we did very well on that. This just has the project's limits. The one I just gave you is a more detailed, and it's a spreadsheet that Kevin and I are using just for our own tracking purposes of engineers, who we have consultants, and where I have to go to hire. And it also has some costs on it, and it's broken out by year. Now, some of these newer projects that were just accepted, there's no let date, which means that's the day the DOT goes to put it out for bids and open bids on those projects. So there's a few of them that's not on there. Again, on the bottom part, you see town bridges, where we really have no cost on those to the county, but as Marathon County, we still oversee the entire town bridge program, which is 240 bridges on the town system that we oversee. We're so much money for Marathon County, and I kind of divide it up between town and county. So you see we have a lot of projects going. Most of them are bridges. You can see ones are labeled bridge, and other ones are road projects. If you just take a look at the total cost of the county projects that we have been awarded, that's everyone on the list except the Highway X one that we did not get. You're looking at $37,467,481. Going to have improvements to our system over the next 4 years. So we did very well on that. On the town side, they got a little over $6.6 million, totaling a little over $44 million worth of improvements coming to Marathon County through the federal and state programs out there. So we did we did very well. There's actually going to be another round of bridge program coming in spring, and I'm going to be playing for more bridges. So again, it's a good deal when you're paying 80% of the costs. I know we have that 20% share, but as I mentioned to you, I don't know how many times, if I give you 20 cents, you can give me $1 back. I'll do it all day long. So, well, I think as long as we have funding opportunities, I think we should continue to pursue those.
Thank you. Any questions, comments? Sounds good to me. 80/20s, yeah, hard to turn down, so, especially that amount of money, so thank you. Any other discussion? All right, thank you. Then we'll move on to 8, next meeting, date and time, location, announcements, and future agenda items. Supervisor Robinson, you had an announcement?
I just learned yesterday that the Wisconsin Public Service Commission and the National Telecommunications and Information Administration will be holding a seminar, Internet for All, Connecting Wisconsin, on October 25th at Jefferson Street Inn. I don't have any registration information. They just asked if somebody from our task force would like to welcome, but it'll begin approximately 8:30. If you're interested, let me know, and I'll try to get more information to you.
Thank you. Go ahead, Jim.
Back to what's an announcement, but next meetings. So, seeing we're going to have probably a quorum at that breakfast on the 28th. Just so you don't get confused, you probably will see an agenda sent out for that. So those not attending, don't think it's a special meeting, but it is the North Central Region Fall meeting. So if you see that, don't confuse. If we have a quorum, I'll get an agenda out.
be a problem with the 27th, too. I'm not sure how many people from,
Right now, I only have John.
okay. All right, if any other are going to go, just let Jim know ahead of time, so if we don't run into a quorum problem. Thank you. All right. Next meeting is Thursday, November 3rd, 9 o'clock here at the courthouse. If you have any suggestions for agenda items, let myself or Jim know. Go ahead, Supervisor Robinson.
We're in the process of finalizing through the MPO, the Wausau Transit Development Plan. I think it might be worthwhile just to give an overview of that plan to the committee. So I think with Dave Mack or someone from the CPZ.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Anything else? Jerry, you have anything?
I don't.
Okay, all right. All righty, then we'll move on to number 9. Look for an adjournment. Motion by Supervisor Dickinson, second by Supervisor Straub. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you.